Good afternoon, stackers. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. But today, not so beautiful. I've got the, well, it's beautiful in a way, but I've got the shark cam up. And if you wonder why, well, just take a look at the title of this video. There's predators out there, folks, and actually there's some darn big predators out there, and they're out there just to feed on all of us. And you kind of know who I'm talking about. I just, I like to put up my fish cam first thing, and I figured that's appropriate for this little short video today, which is all about this. Take a look at this right here. Here's your 1 year silver chart, $28 an ounce, May 13th last year to May to this year. Take a look at that. Look at these prices here. We're nearing that $27 mark, and there's no reason for this. There is no reason for this. There's been no capitulation by the investment class. Manufacturing uses and needs for silver has not decreased. In my humble opinion, and the opinion of people far smarter than me, this is just clear, the continuation and clear manipulation of the markets by, well, you know who. Let's get into this right here. And attention all silver stackers, this is kind of my alert here for the day, actually alert for the week, alert for the year. It's not really a public announcement, but I guess it kind of is. And you can see I've kind of got this all. This is like my, what is it, that thing that Joe Biden reads off of? Here it is for me. All right, folks, you're tired of the obvious manipulation of silver prices. And we've seen it for how long? Some of you are new in this business in the last year. Some of you folks that got in at this level right here, starting new, and you've been following it all the way down, especially of recent. This has got to be extremely disappointing, and it is disappointing for you. But I hope you got into it with the knowledge that we share with you, that these markets are highly manipulated. And again, we'll get into that in a moment. I think maybe this is kind of a call to action. And for you old timers that have been stacking silver forever, you look at it as a buying opportunity, and of course that is absolutely true. But how great a buying opportunity does it become when the premiums are just so ridiculous? And really, it's not greedy dealers that are making the premium so high. It's the lack of product, the availability of product. We talked about 1,000-ounce bars yesterday. Well, I don't want to make this video too long. You know where I'm going. You know what we're talking about here. So this is a call out to all silver stackers and all the WSS apes out there. Kind of a public service announcement, but not really. And you're tired of the manipulation like I am. Listen, I think at this point, I brought it up in the past, and I've always felt that protests are legal in the United States as long as they're peaceful. I guess they're still legal if they're not peaceful, depending on what belief system that you have or what party you're in. But no less, I believe in peaceful protests. Peaceful protests. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in yelling and screaming at people. I don't think it gets you anywhere. And my point is, if you're tired of the obvious manipulation, let's get a protest going somehow. I've been wanting Wall Street Silver to do it for a while. I think they're perfectly set up to do some kind of protest here. Again, civilly done, politely done, and I'm going to get into that right here. It's time to start flooding their phone lines with calls, folks, and that's just my opinion. And obviously you can see my amateurish video right here. Oh gosh, I got the memory of Joe Biden today too, because I can't think of what that damn screen is I'm reading. Teleprompter, yeah, this is my teleprompter in ways, and it's yours too. So I'm kind of trying to give you the visual here. We really need to start making phone calls, and I think protesting in a civil, polite manner. And what do I mean by this? We got to let them know we're not happy with them allowing this type of blatant manipulation to happen in their marketplace. And again, polite and civil is the only way to do this. If you're the type that gets angry and you're going to start yelling and screaming at people and why do you do this, or calling names, and then certainly you're not being helpful in any way, shape, or form. So again, I want to reiterate over and over: peaceful, and polite, civil, and intelligent, okay? You can't just start blathering. You're going to sound like you need to put a tinfoil hat on, no less. And I'm sure that's the way they'll explain away a lot of this. But, the more and more people will let them know that we're kind of tired of this behavior and we want to see some action done on it and that kind of thing. Well, here you go. Here's the CME Chief CEO, Terrence A. Duffy. This is the head guy up there. And there's his phone number, I believe. I called the offices and they gave me this phone number, 312-930-8492. That's his direct line right there, I believe, and this line right here would be to the general switchboard, which you can ask for Terrence A. Duffy, and they'll put you through. But again, can't stress enough, folks, nobody needs to be yelled at, nobody needs to be made fun of, and again, you got to present a legitimate presentation to a person. So keep it polite, keep it civil, but keep those lines lit up. That's just my opinion. And there's nothing illegal about doing it. This is why they give you the phone number. And they encourage you to call them when you got questions. They do. Call us if you got questions, you got issues. That's what we're here for. And that includes Mr. Duffy, who owns the company. So let's give Mr. Duffy some calls and let him know we got some clear concerns. And I'm going to share those concerns, my concerns. So let's ask him this, folks. What do you want to ask him? Let's ask him these questions. Keep this up on your board. Look at this while you're, why. And you can also email them. There's emails available. You can go to their email and start just peppering their email with stuff. Well, here's my question, all right? And a couple of questions here I'd like to ask Mr. Duffy. And again, pause on this when you call. You'll get a voicemail more than likely a voicemail. But in the voicemail, you can leave this right here in your own voice. Ask him this. Why does COMEX silver have the largest concentrated short position of any commodity in real terms of annual supply and demand? That's a question. Considering that the public earning reports of miners show that the big shorts aren't mining companies, it's just mostly banks. If the banks are not hedging, what are they doing? All right? Mining companies would typically go in and hedge silver, and that's what the COMEX market's more or less supposed to be about, is hedging. All right? But the banks are not mining companies. What are they doing there? So ask, again, don't get too far off. You only got a short period of time to leave a message. So again, you can read this verbatim. They know where it's probably coming from. It's coming from us, all of us, folks. This is just not me. The only reason you are going to call and the only reason you want to call is because you've seen it. It's in our faces, and we want answers for this. And again, be polite, be civil. Here's another question. Why have commercials never bought, again I spelled that wrong, sorry about that, never bought collectively on a higher silver price in decades according to COT reports? And how is it that they are always able to buy on price drops? Are they infallible or just behaving collusively? And the last and not least question would be, if CME were to admit this is happening, would this open them up to litigation? All right. So those are questions you need to ask them right here, and hopefully they can answer you. You're welcome to leave your name and phone number. Again, please be polite and civil. If you're not, then you're not helpful, and we don't need your help, okay? So if you can't be polite and civil, you're not being helpful, don't call. But if you want to call and you want to kind of make these questions your own, and any other questions you may have, again, you need to ask intelligent questions, folks, because they'll tear you down if you don't, all right? And you're not helpful if you don't. So, you need to ask, you can take these questions that I'm giving you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and kind of make them your own, and ask those questions. And ask any other intelligent questions that you want to, and leave your name and your phone number and say, I'd like to have a reply. This way they don't think it's a bunch of trolls calling them, If you leave a name and phone number, it's highly unlikely they're going to call you back. It sure would be nice if he did, but highly unlikely. Hopefully they'll get the message. And again, we're not doing anything illegal. You're not doing anything bad. It's completely legal to call companies and say, voice your displeasure. Again, as long as you're not being an asshole about it, okay? Just don't be an asshole about it, and you'll be helpful to the whole, you'll be helpful. So anyway, that's pretty much it. And as I said, this is a peaceful and civil protest. We're asking for CME to end this manipulative trading practices and or at the very least explain to us what the F is happening there, okay? And if you stick to the little questions here, plus whatever these questions right here, again, pause this page, write them down, whatever, and ask them yourself. Stick to the script, man. And sounds like Joe Biden. Stick to the script, man. So if you do that, folks, and maybe if enough of us do it, and maybe at some point CME Group will take a look. Maybe they don't really understand this is happening, which is highly doubtful in my opinion and the opinion of people smarter than me, but maybe they really don't. But the problem is that CME is going to go the way of LME when it comes to ethics, honesty, integrity, and respect. The same thing with the London Bullion. Nobody trusts them bastards, all right? Is the CME going to lose credibility, lose millions and billions of dollars over credibility issues in a small market like silver? There's another question you could ask them. Well, this is just my opinion, folks, and again, the opinion of people way smarter than me. Feel free to share this video, but definitely do make the calls. Be polite. Leave your name and phone number. If you ask the right question, maybe the man will call you back and give you some great frickin' answers, you know, and you can share them with us here in the comment section below. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and again, please make those calls, and please don't be an asshole, and which is really not hard to ask with the people that listen to me, because 99.999% of the people that listen to me are not assholes. So for you 0.0001% out there that would be, hey, go somewhere else, man. Find something else to protest, because we don't need uncivil and impolite stuff going on. Well, anyway, that's really about it. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. And by the way, this is just a short public announcement video. This is not my video for the day, which is still to come. Thanks again. Talk to you in a little while. Bye now.